Let's see how our type rules work on this example. And here I haven't filled in the type completely, but there should be some type that we can write in there. What we've got is a function that expects a record R. That record R should have a field named P, and that field's value should again be a record that has a field named X. And if so, then we can get the P field out of that, and we can get the X field out of that, and this lambda expression should make complete sense to the type checker. It should allow that. Now I'm calling f on a record that does in fact have a P field, and the value of that P field is in fact a record which does have an X field. So if we were to run this, then it will work fine. But we see that the expected argument type is P with type record that has an X in it, whereas the actual argument that we supplied here has P, but the type on that field P is X and Y. We said that subtyping should let us add extra fields, but we haven't added extra fields to the argument of f. In both cases, the field is just P. And we said that when we keep a field, like we did here, that the type of that field has to be the same. And this type xy is not the same as that type with just x. So of course the generalization here is that we do want to allow this sort of thing. There's no way you can use something that you expect to have P with X and go wrong when it in fact has X but also Y. And the way we enable this is to take a look at our definition of subtyping. Right now we said the set of fields has to be bigger on the left, and for every field that was already on the right we make sure that the types match exactly. So we can change this since we want to add more fields in our record type of a field. Then we want to use subtyping here, and that will allow this type here at the top to be a subtype of the second one. If we do that, how does that interact with set? Because we were just looking at gets before. Should it be okay to take a record that has a P field where that is a record that has an X field and install a record that has X and Y? Right? So the question is, should we be able to update the record R, changing its P field to have more fields? And there's no way that that should go wrong, in fact, so we should allow that. That means we want to take our old rule for set, where again we were requiring that the type of E2, that tau I, match exactly the tau I that we get from type checking the record expression. So we generalize this to say, well, it's going to be some tau prime, and tau prime has to be a subtype of tau I. And this adjustment will allow us to run that program from the previous slides.